Over the years of self-actualization, I have faced many challenges: lack of confidence, self-doubt, fear of judgment, and the risk of not fitting in. For something that will make me a better person, it proved hard to become. There are some days when it feels so hard to do the work, to become self-actualized, to wake up, become a great person, and impact other people positively. It feels like waging war against myself, like having to completely overcome myself. But through reading, watching creators with deep philosophical views, and sharing these experiences, I realized that this feeling is universal. The real battle isn't working to improve yourself, but the fight against this thing called self-sabotage. Sabotage, according to the Merriam Webster dictionary, is an act or process that tends to hamper or hurt. It is a deliberate subversion. Self-sabotage, in essence, is a resistance that we build against ourselves. It is the eating of a whole chocolate bar because we failed at our promise of not eating sugar for the day just because we took one sweet. Or resetting our study time to 4 because it is already 3:01 and we cannot do it. Or not working out for the entire week just because we missed one gym day. It is essentially the lack of motivation because we did not reach our expectations. Resistance or self-sabotage is one thing that I wish I had a clear understanding of because it is part of the human experience. When we start something new, like a journey of self-exploration, it is an expected thing. It is like how people say just do the work and things will be easy afterwards. But for me, I kept hitting these internal roadblocks. And it is not until I did an assessment of the things that I have done and I am capable of that I realized it. It is me who's standing in the way. Self-sabotage can manifest in a myriad of ways. The fear of failure, fear of judgment, the pressure to fit in, actions that don't match our inner essence or personal beliefs, perfectionism, negative core beliefs, insecurity, chronic indecision, procrastination, isolation, despair, and some more. It could be that small voice in our heads that constantly nags us, making us second-guess ourselves, making us doubt ourselves. It tells us all these things that we know aren't true. Like we have to do groundbreaking things to be recognized, to matter in this world, that we have to be prodigies, to be perfect. It essentially tries to keep us in the bubble of our comfort zone, but ironically, this is the thing that keeps us from reaching our full potential. When I started leaning into this creative hobby and purpose, I felt some of these things. Sometimes all of them at once, other times just parts of it. And I thought that it comes easy for other people, Because how come that creator is so confident and I'm not? How is that girl so free? Why am I not as good? I thought that the hardest part of becoming self-actualized is actually doing the hard part. But the hard part is actually starting. It is picking up that camera and talking, wearing your gym clothes, or waking up with the sound of the alarm. But there's one simple thing that we can do in order to get over this self-sabotage, although for some it may take multiple tries, and it is to surrender, to give yourself permission. Permission to be a regular person, to embrace the little talent that we have. Most of us are suspicious of the talents that we have, and it is usually because we want to give the world a masterpiece, the highest quality, something that will validate us to other people. But it is not usually up to us to determine what other people will think of our new path, of this new thing that we are doing, of us putting ourselves out there, of the art that we are creating, of a vision that we are seeing. Our job is to do our best with the tools that we have at the moment. The biggest reason why we won't pursue our ideas is because it is easy not to. It is easy not to be ridiculed, to be judged, or to be laughed at. It is easier to hide than face our fears out there and putting ourselves out there to be seen. But there's no greater feeling than letting our stories spill out. Give yourself permission to be judged, to be disliked even. Surrender the control that you have, because when you detach, it is easy to approach things freely. It is easier to let go of this resistance, of the sabotage. Surrender control and embrace the uncertainty of life, because what happens if it actually works? And if it doesn't, at least you pursued that thing that you had wished for a long time. It is the easiest thing to say. Just give yourself permission. Just get out there. It is common sense, really. And it's not like I don't deal with self-sabotaging thoughts. I actually do, on almost a daily basis. But maybe somewhere in this little rock we call Earth, someone actually needs to hear what you have to say and to see your art. Just like pain or the joys of life, I don't think that self-sabotage is something that we just fold and keep away forever. It is something that we just get better at dealing with. And as you gain more experience, as you learn to deal with it, as you learn to just sit with your thoughts and observe them, then you become more confident. You become bolder to overcome these negative thoughts or the self-limiting beliefs because you are worth it. You can do anything that you want to. You don't have to be famous for it, but just satisfied that you took a chance upon yourself. Thanks for watching. Bye.